Greetings. Hi, I'm Carla, Cosmic Crone, and I'm sitting out here in the sunset on my deck. And I'm here for an edition of Womb Talk. And I hope third time's charm, because I just did a long one and it disappeared, and I did a short one and we shut down. And I'm going to just be quick. Oh, great goddess Cosmic Crone, what is it that the women need to hear about this? I sat out here in the wee hours of the morning. The moon was setting directly. It was conjunct Algol, the demonized goddess, and Sedna, and opposite Mercury, according to the chart of the moment. So moon triggered those beautiful dark goddess points and got me out of bed and said, come out and hang out with me. I have something to tell you. So I decided I would come and do a womb talk, and I want to talk about the physicality of astrology. Early in my journey of astrology, I recognized that astrology is earth medicine, because we are always dealing with astrology from the perspective of this, our home planet. And we are relating to astrology, even though we discuss points that we cannot see with our naked eye, and relationships that we can't directly perceive unless we look at the chart. We are still receiving the energy in our bodies through the earth at the center. And we are viewing the sky, which is part of Earth, this sky that we see, and these relationships between stars and planets and their movements only exist from this perspective where we sit. And so I want you to tune into that. It is not only our relationship to our chart, although that is incredibly informative and potent as a way of understanding ourselves. It's also being able to look at the sky and perceive the stars. You don't necessarily have to know the names of constellations or anything else. You don't have to, I do recommend that you get to know, the planets that are visible and the moon. And so I am going to encourage you, if you do not do this already, wherever you live, whether you're in the southern hemisphere, the northern hemisphere, the city or the country, an apartment or a home, a house, the suburbs, if you've got too much light or dark skies, you can still view Venus, the moon, and the sun, and probably Jupiter and Saturn and Mars. So get yourself an app and get to know those relatives. Those are our nearest relatives in the sky. And even without an app, you can begin to watch them. They're all visible. The moon is visible almost every day. The sun is visible every day. Tune in, start watching throughout the year. Notice where the sun rises and sets throughout the year. This is a long game. Notice where Venus rises, and next spring, when she becomes an evening star, notice where she sets. Notice where the moon rises and sets throughout the 29 days of its cycle. It changes. It changes. Notice how high in the sky and how low. Get to know our neighbors, because their presence in our physical realm is just as important as where they are in terms of our chart and where they were when we were born. And getting to, and the other thing that I want you to notice right now you've heard me talk about being in the crone of the year, from Samhain to solstice and all the way through to Imbolc, the next cross quarter, February 1st, Groundhog Day, we might know it as. This is the dark time of year when the days are very short, and it seems like we don't have nearly enough daylight to keep ourselves happy and healthy here in the north. Take advantage of the long night. Take advantage of the relationship with the Kaliak, with the dark goddess, with the Rishkigal, with the goddess of the underworld, the goddess of death. She is here to facilitate the ancestral healing. We have astrological positions that are supportive of that, and they come and go throughout the year, regardless of what's going on in the day length. But this time of year is the time to allow ourselves to drop into ceremony, to drop into the ritual of quiet, of going within. As human beings, we, as modern industrial human beings, we don't always remember to honor that. We have forgotten why it matters. We turned on the electric lights and we go all night. And we've got social media and smartphones and Netflix and ebooks and things to do, social events, dance, well, not so much that anymore, but we've got so much to keep us busy and distracted that we forget to honor this time when death draws near. And this is a year that we might remember that, because death has drawn near for so many people that I know. And not just through COVID, but COVID has brought our awareness to how vulnerable we are. And we don't like that. We don't like being reminded of that. But we will feel much stronger if we can remember our vulnerability and connect to the deep source of our strength and power. This time of year, ancestral healing, releasing, dying, it is the ritual we enter into when we recognize. Here, and this is here in the north. I know some of you are in the south, in Australia and New Zealand, and you are in the blossom of the year, the fruit of the year. This will come around for you again. You remember it not long ago. I invite you at this full moon to enter into ceremony and stay there. To recognize that you are in one long ceremony, and you are in a solo ceremony. Now, you may have the opportunity to get together with others, your intimate circle, in person, your tribe, your coven, your sisterhood, your ashram, whoever you are with virtually. Yes, there are times when you will get together, but even when you are not together, you are in solo ceremony. You are digging deep into your own sacredness, the sacredness of your body, and I encourage you to honor that sacredness by saying no. Saying no to busyness. Being patient with potential. Recognizing that even though you may be a business owner and this may be, the month where you are in the black if you depend on Christmas shopping as part of your lifestyle, or your income, or you depend on holiday festivities as part of your household, your joy. Don't be too busy. Slow down. Slow down. This is a gift we've been given, but it is a gift we are given every year. We just mostly don't pay attention to it. Slow down. Go into ceremony and let the magic of the earth and the planets and the ancestors work through you. They sent you here to do this work of deep ancestral healing. They sent you here. They made your life possible. Connect with your womb. Connect with the silence. Connect with the darkness. And practice that thing which is often called self-care and self-love, but is really stillness and sacredness and ceremony. And I will be in ceremony on your behalf, first for myself, for my ancestors, for my grandchildren, and I will be doing it for you too. I will be holding the space. I will have my drum and I will have a fire. And I will be out at dawn, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing when, at any given moment. And if you need cord cutting, I will post a cord cutting in this group. There is a PDF that I was given by my coach. I have permission to share it. And then there is a way. I have done cord cutting in ceremony before. I don't think it's generally available. I think it was available by donation as part of a much bigger ceremony. So if you feel the need for cord cutting, do that. Cord cutting, sending back to your ancestors what belongs to them, and retaining the love and the support and the wisdom. That's the work that this full moon eclipse is available for. So I'm going to complete this before the technology does something else bizarre. Blessings to all of you on this full moon, and tune in. I can show you. I'm going to regret this. There is my setting sun. And in a bit, I'll have some pictures of a rising moon later. I'm going down to the pond to watch the moon rise. And I wish you a blessed full moon, regardless of whether you are in the crone of the year or the maiden of the year. Many blessings.